Hi friends, today we are going to check the new face recognition time and attendance device of Dava Technology, which we have launched. And the model which we will be focusing in the time and attendance series today is DHI ASA 3213G-MW. So you can find the data sheet of this model, and this comes up, the device comes up in this kind of a box. Alright, so I have opened up the device. The major features of this product, what we have tested today and we understood, is that it has got a fast face recognition speed, which is of zero point 0.3 seconds to zero point 0.5 seconds. Then we have another feature of liveness detection. So I'll explain to you liveness detection. What it happens is that if somebody is not there in front of the device automatically screens off its screen, and when there is motion or if there is any movement in that area by any human body, then this device automatically comes live and back and the screen gets on. So that is liveness detection. Then we have in-screen card reader with this device. So this is one of the greatest USP of this device, is that the device has got on-screen card reader. I mean, you don't have any MyFair extra reader or anything else. The screen itself, IC capacitive screen itself, is capable enough to read your card. And this card reader can also is very helpful in allocating the card to the user. So all those functions we will be seeing. 4.3 inches is the screen of this particular device. So again, it's a very cute and aesthetically this device is rocking. Then wall mount and desktop mount, both options are available. I'll show it to you how exactly it is wall mounted and how we can do the desktop mounting. So for desktop mounting, we have external accessory which is there as a part of the kit. Then privacy masking is one of the other important function of this device. So I have basically what I have done is I have opened up the box and I have configured the device already, but just for your information, I'm just showing you the box, what is the content of this box. So basically this box will have a device, and there are two columns where you will find holder like this. This is for the wall mounting bracket. So as I have already told you that there will be two brackets which will be available to you. One I have used in the device already, and this one is for the wall mounting one. Alright, so you also have a power adapter and user manuals in this device. And we will close this as we will move on to the device, how it looks. So I have just basically configured the device to save up the time for this video. I'll just take you all to the point there now. Continuing, what we will see now is how we are doing the connections of the device. So for the explanatory purpose, I have connected a EM lock, and I have also connected an exit switch. You can see here I have connected an exit switch with this lock, and I have configured the device. Alright, so for connections, the connection diagram is clearly mentioned in the manual, user manual, which you can download it online. Alright, so this user manual you can refer. Over here I have used this connection diagram to connect my lock and my switch to the device, and I have used the RJ45 cable to make my device online. So you can see here that this port is available to us. We have a common power port of 12 volts. This port is there, and then we have a few set of cables which is there. I have used the this connection diagram. You can refer here again. I've used this connection diagram to connect my lock and switch. So it's very simple. There are some color codings which are already available over here. You can see that blue, black, blue, gray, white, brown, and black, purple, black, brown, and black, yellow wires are connected. For the NO and NC of the lock, we have used a separate power supply for the EM lock which we are using, and this is the power adapter which is for the device. Alright, so this connection diagram I think is very, very simple, and I believe you have already seen the cabling diagram, and I hope you will be able to do the cabling for sure. There's not going to be any challenge for you. Moving on to the next aspect. So in this part of the video, we are now, since you on the previous part you've seen how we have connected the lock and switch. We can also connect an external alarm, hooter, or any other alarm device as well. Now I'm trying to do the administrator login. So I have used my face. Once I am configuring the device for the very first time, I will be, when I am switching on the device, now I have already configured it for my ease, but when I'm initially switching it on by default, I have to set up a admin and a password. So that admin and password you can choose of your own choice and add. So I have used both card, face, password and admin password as my input for this. So now I will use my face for admin login, and I have logged in my screen. So now first hand we will be checking all the features of this device, and for going into the features, we'll test the features. First we have privacy setting, so you can password reset, enable HTTPS, CGI, SHS, SSH, capture photos, clear captured photos. All those options are available to you. You can choose according to your result, according to your requirement, sorry. And in the second is the result feedback. So result feedback is having 4 different sections to it. You can either keep it as a success and failure, you can keep only name, you can use photos and name, you can use photo and name, and you can use photos and names. So both of these are different feature. Photo and name means your current photo and your name will be reflected whatsoever you are saving in the device. Photos and names means it will show you the previously saved photo and your current photo along with your name. So these are the two options. So over here I am choosing photos and names. Unlock option is given for the EM lock over here, so you can choose that as well for switching it on. Now most important aspect over here is that I will be checking the attendance. So for checking the attendance, we can modify it from the screen itself. You can see it's all touch screen. Then we can add multiple choices. There are a lot of combinations which can be done. I over here in attendance segment, I can choose either card, or I can choose face, I can choose password, or any and or combination can be also chosen. So if I remove card will be removed from my screen. Say for example, if I remove face, my face will be removed, and that's how we can do that. So currently we are saving all. We are saving it all. Alright, so we will move on. So in department setting, I have added my department as product, and I am saving it. So it's again very simple. You can add the department settings, you can add the shift setting. So shift period 1 default, you can over here you can set whatever time period you want to set in. Say for example, my first shift starts at 8 am and ends at 5 pm, so I have set it over here. Period 2 starts from, you can give periods, and you can do the settings over here. So it's all on screen. You don't need any software, or you don't need any device for doing that. Alright, so it's very simple. All the settings are very simple. So on device I have shown you how it can be done. Your users can be added, but their face can be added, their details can be added on the device itself, and it's very simple. So right now my device is, since I am the admin, it's detecting my face and it's giving the input. Now moving on to the other important aspect, what we are going to do is, now since we have checked the entire details, we will also check the details of the IP of this particular device. So that input we can get from the device itself. And so when I checked my IP right now is for this device is 192.168.1.108. So I have used that, and I am directly logging in. See, I am not using my software, I am not using my smart PSS AC software. I am directly using my web interface to log in this device. And let's see what all features we have over here, what we can do online. So in this web service, when you open, you can find this kind of interface. So all these are the features. Alarm linkage is there, we have alarm log, we have data capacity. So see over here, for this device we have 1500 users which can be assigned. I have occupied 2, that's why I have saved my details. We have 1500 cards and 1500 face. Alright, so all data capacity can be seen from direct. You can locally ping the IP and you can check it on web interface. Then over here from online itself, you can do the video setting as well. So for the video settings, see over here, you can see clearly that my entire details are over here. I have got the data rate which I am currently having 1080p. My frame rate is 30 and I'm using 2 mbps. The video format is VGA. I can change it as well. I can use D1 or QVGA. All my options are available over here. So see, all these can be changed from here itself. We have a frame rate of 30, bitrate of 512 kbps. So all these are there. This is the data rate. I can increase, decrease the brightness, contrast, hue, saturation, scene mode, day night mode. See, I have got colorful. Now I can change it to black and white as well. So you can see on the screen that it will be becoming black and white. So automatically it has turned black and white. So all these features are there. Okay. So I'm just doing it colorful again and it changes. Then we have backlight function, we have white dynamic feature, we have inhibition feature over here in this device, and all this can be done online itself. I mean without using the smart PSS AC software. So it becomes very simple for you to configure face detection, again face recognition threshold, maximum angle of face recognition, anti-fake threshold. All these features can be updated directly from the the default web page itself. I mean from the web page. Then others you can see network settings is there, that is TCP IP port. So you can change the IP of this device from here itself directly. The MAC address also shows up. So simple. Port, you can change it from here. Register P2P, you can directly use this particular QR code for logging in this device directly. Then we have safety management where we have IP authority. Okay, we have system service. See over here we have SSH password reset, CGI ONWIF and HTTPS. So all these functions and features are there. We have user management also. So if facial access, look here, I've added few users. Admin's account is there. I've added an user of Swapnil. I've added Jesu. So for adding, we need to just use this option. We can add any username and we can use an password for this. Okay. So this is very simple. Okay. Alright. So we will provide some password. Okay. So see, Alam is here. His details has been added. I have not added any remarks there. So this way I am adding the user. I can add an OnWIF user as well. So look here, OnWIF user, I can provide group as an admin on an operator or an user. All the three can be given. So you can check here, admin, operator and user can be assigned to the IDs which you are creating directly from the login. Now maintenance, we have reboot. You can reboot the device directly from over here. You can choose the schedule and you can reboot it from here. We have configuration management. You can configure import configuration. If you have a local file of an update of the firmware, you can do it from here. Upgrade is there. You can check the version. If it is not latest, you can upload and change it. Version info, if you want the details, particularly serial number and other details, these are all available. You can check online. Online users, it will give you the user login details. System log reports can be generated. So system log, you can check here. If you do the query, see this kind of report I am getting. So who is login, log out, all details are over here, all the log reports are there. Then admin log can also be generated. See, you can, if you know the admin ID, you can generate the query. Let me check. So there was no relevant log as of now. I have not added that. Well, so what I'm trying to mention over here is that all the features and functions can be done even without going to the Smart PSS AC software. See, when we come to the Smart PSS AC, we can see that my device is online. So this device is online clearly, and from here I can, you know, use the time settings to, you know, sync the PC time with the current time of my device that I have done from here. If I have to upgrade the software, I can do it from my Smart PSS as well. So locally, if I have the file, now if I want to restart the device, I can reboot from over here itself. So you can check right now. I'll do the reboot at the last. You can see that we can extract the personal reports as well. So there are two personal reports which are configured in the device that I can extract from the software, Smart PSS software. Sorry. Alright. Okay. Alright, so this is there. We can go back again to home, device manager, and extract attendance record. So I can get the records of my attendance as well. So it's, see, device is extracting, and see all my attendance records are over here. It has extracted 683 records. You can extract that. Alright, so it has been extracted. I have seen my records. So that's how it can be done. I mean, this device is an next generation AI based device. So basic function and functionality I have tried to show you on Smart PSS AC. So when we are able to do the web login, it becomes very easy and very simple for the device to operate. And this is one of the best selling device, and it can be used in you know, major industries. It can be used in almost all corporate offices. It can be used in you know, multi locations, wherever, you know, it finds an application. So all offices, shops, godowns, everywhere you can use this device. It's very compatible. Thanks a ton for watching. Thank you.